Devin Haney keeping it all the way trill on how he feel about Gervonta Tank Davis and how he feel about Tank Davis possibly leaving TMT, leaving Floyd Mayweather. Before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you not already subbed to the channel. Once again, y'all, smash on my like button. It don't cost you nothing. It only take less than a second to hit the like button, so make sure that you hit the like button. Now, we all been hearing the news that Gervonta Tank Davis, you know what I'm talking about, is about to leave Floyd Mayweather. He's no longer gonna be a TMT fighter. He's no longer gonna be with the money team. You no longer gonna have to hear Leonard Ellaby tell you, well, Gervonta Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world. I mean, Gervonta Tank Davis, he don't have to worry about none of these other guys. All these other guys, they want what Gervonta Tank Davis got. I mean, Gervonta, he don't have to worry about fighting none of these other guys. The world is gonna be focused on Gervonta Tank Davis, and these other guys, they just gonna have to wait on Gervonta Tank Davis because he's the best fighter in the world, and we got a plan for Tank. You ain't no longer gonna have to hear that stuff no more, right? Because Tank is sick of it. He's saying he's sick of it, and he chunking the dudes, right? He's sick of Floyd Mayweather taking his spotlight, taking the shine, going to the press conferences, telling everybody, right, how great a business moves that he made and smart investments that he made when he's supposed to be talking about Gervonta Tank Davis in his upcoming fight, right? He's sick of all of that. He's sick of Leonard Ellaby telling y'all, oh, he don't have to worry about none of these other fighters because we got a blueprint. We know the blueprint for Tank Davis. You ain't never got to hear that no more, right? After this Rolly Romero stuff, because he chunking the dudes. And he let everybody know how he felt recently. But Devin the Dream Haney, Devin Haney, who just signed with Top Rank and gonna have at least 3 big fights back to back to back, right? Maybe even more than that. We know that Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, they've had their run-ins in the past. We've had Gervonta Tank Davis calling Devin Haney a clout baby. We had Devin Haney calling out Gervonta Tank Davis on several occasions. But every time that Devin Haney called out Gervonta Tank Davis, Gervonta kind of brushed it off and said he was a clout baby and he clout chasing and all that. But he never, ever one time said, yeah, let's make that happen. I want to fight Devin Haney. So Devin Haney was recently asked about how he felt, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis leaving Floyd Mayweather. And Devin Haney, he kept it real, right? He let you know that he think that Gervonta Tank Davis is pussy because he said, hey, the dude still don't want to fight nobody. He still ain't talking about getting no smoke with nobody. None of us at the top of the division. So with that being said, he might as well stay with Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Stay with Floyd Mayweather where he can look at Floyd Mayweather and his fan base can put all of the blame on Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, right? When we don't get these fights. So basically what he telling everybody is, man, I think this dude pussy. I don't think it had nothing to do with Floyd Mayweather or Leonard Ellaby. I think it's Gervonta Tank Davis that don't want no smoke. I think that is Gervonta Tank Davis ducking and hiding behind his promoter because he can use them as an excuse. Now, that's how Devin Haney feels. Now, is he just saying that because him and Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying, they throw jabs at each other on social media and they don't really never have too much good to say about each other? Or does he really feel that way? Or is he saying that because, you know, Devin Haney has a very good relationship with Floyd Mayweather and with Floyd Sr. Devin Haney grew up under Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Sr. So, I mean, it could be a multiple of things, but he could just feel that way. He could feel that, you know, hey, Tank Davis is the fighter. Tank Davis has a voice, right? If Tank Davis really wanted these fights, he could be saying it. He could be voicing that he wants to fight all these fighters. But I feel Devin Haney, right? Now, I don't think that Tank Davis is ducking all the smoke. I do really think that Tank Davis wants these fights. But Devin Haney, he have a point, because every time Gervonta Tank Davis did an interview and he had a chance to speak on guys that was calling him out, like Gary Russell, like Devin Haney, like Vasil Lomachenko, like Teofimo Lopez, and we could go on and on, right? Because Gervonta is that dude. And he don't have to worry about guys not wanting to fight him, because they all want to fight him. So every time he had a chance to speak on the call-outs, he went a different direction, right? He acted like he didn't want to smoke. He was making excuses saying that they ain't on my level, or they just want clout. Nah, man, you are a fighter. You supposed to talk that ish. And so, Devin Haney feels that when he had a chance to call guys like himself out and Gary Russell and whoever else, that he didn't take that chance, He basically played the Floyd Mayweather route. He let Floyd and them get in his ear and said what they wanted to hear him say, right? Instead of what he really wanted to say. That's how I feel. And that's how I feel, because it ain't no way that Gervonta Tank Davis, coming up from the slums where he came from and how he came up, that he's all of a sudden gonna be talking like that. Nah, saying the same exact things that Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe say every time they get a camera in front of their face and somebody asks them about Gervonta Tank Davis fighting one of these guys. Nah, he adapted the ways of Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather. And I think, after so long, he noticed that. He hear the fans talking. He sees that these fighters, they can act like that they don't see and that they don't look at the YouTube and they don't listen to the fans. They see and they take in all of that. They see and they take in everything. Gervonta Tank Davis is only 27 years old, right? You don't think that man be on social media all the time reading comments? He do. And you don't think that he hears what his peers are saying about him? All the other fighters around his weight division, right? They all know he a beast, but they all look at him and like, okay, he ain't fighting nobody though. So Devin Haney feels the same way. And Devin Haney, he have a right to feel how he feels. Whether it's out of spite because him and Gervonta Tank Davis got a little beef with each other from things that's happened on social media and stuff in the past, or whether he just feels that way. He have a right to feel how he feels. But Gervonta Tank Davis is a monster. I believe that once he leaves Floyd Mayweather, he's really going to become a whole nother level of superstar, because he's going to fight these big fights. He either going to sink or swim, like I told y'all in the last video. But Devin Haney, he's showing everybody, right? He big dog everybody. Devin Haney, the move that he just made, he big dog everybody. He showed everybody, if you want it, it's a way to go out there and get it. And that's what you see Devin Haney doing. So Devin Haney don't respect how Tank Davis is moving, but it's only one way for them to solve this. Get in the ring and get it popping. When they do fight, because they will fight, I don't know if it's going to be at 135 or if it's going to be at 140. But when these two dudes get in the ring, when these two young men get in the ring, it's finna be fireworks. Because you got the heavy hitter Gervonta Tank Davis against the young surgical assassin, let me say, Devin Haney. Devin Haney with his long jab, his quick movement, his in and out style. He can actually sit down and bang with you, although he ain't got power like Gervonta Tank Davis. This is going to make for an exciting fight. And people always saying, can Devin Haney stay on the outside and stay away from Gervonta Tank Davis for 12 rounds? And then people will say, can Gervonta Tank Davis close the distance, right, on Devin Haney and land a big shot on Devin Haney? So these are fights that we want to see. And now these are fights that we should be able to see now that Gervonta Tank Davis is chunking up the deuce to Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe. Devin Haney feel how he feel. They've been talking shit to each other for a long time. And like I said, it's only one way to solve the issue. Get in the ring and get it popping. Hopefully, within a next year and a half, we can see this fight go down. We need it. As boxing fan, I want to see this fight. We need this fight for boxing. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Make sure that y'all hit my like button, sub to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.